And Newsom and California's Democratic leaders are planning to ask voters to counter Texas's move by allowing state politicians here to redraw congressional maps to elect more Democrats.
Our KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala was there as the state leaders were giving an update on that push. She joins us now in studio. So what's the latest?
Edie, we can start with some breaking news here. California's Democratic leaders say those new proposed congressional maps will be released next week. State leaders plan to ask California voters for permission to change those maps to boost Democratic representation in Congress in a special election this November. We know draft plans have been circulating that would redraw California's 53 congressional districts. There are 9 Republicans at this point. It sounds like they'll try to boot at least 5 of them from office with these new maps. Governor Gavin Newsom, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and several state lawmakers provided this update at the governor's mansion. They also hosted Texas Democratic lawmakers who fled to other states like ours to avoid that vote in Texas. As we reported this week, California lawmakers are on summer recess until not this coming Monday, but the following, August 18th. The Secretary of State has basically said they'll have just 5 days to start and finish the formal process of putting together what is presented to voters in November. That includes those maps. Here's what state leaders had to say when I asked about the maps and the short timeline. Governor, given the timeline that you've mentioned on the special election, it sounds like the California legislature will have 5 days to basically set the election. When will the maps be released to give the public ample time to at least review them?
Well, that's a question for all of our folks here, but bottom line, it's going to be in their ballot box. It's going to be on their ballot. So it's about as transparent as it gets. I have not been privy to the map. I'm mapping out a strategy to make this successful. I have not looked at any maps. I told you that yesterday, told you that last week, and that continues to be the case today. As it relates to that map and that process that's going through, by the way, it's very transparent because these are familiar maps. The independent redistricting has taken over 10,000 hours of testimony and public comment over the years, and they've bandied about many of these maps that have been seen before. So it's a very familiar process. It's not a very complicated process. It may appear to be, but it's not. But the process we want to make very transparent, and that's the idea of putting the maps on the ballot. And that was something for me was a red line, and it's something that I think is foundational in terms of this effort.
So does it not matter what people think, though, in the 5 days that the legislature has the time? I mean, this is for really legislative leaders. Is 5 days an adequate enough time for the public to review what you will present to them on the ballot?
So I can tell you this, Ashley, that maps we anticipate will be available next week. Our work began with the work that was already done, as the governor just mentioned, by our Independent Redistricting Commission. Once these maps are released, voters will have the opportunity to digest these maps, review them for weeks and months leading to this election. If there is another state with a more transparent process where voters will get the ultimate say in these new maps, please let me know what it is, or if there's a state doing it, because we are going above and beyond to ensure that, one, we are protecting the Voting Rights Act, and that we are sending the voices of our most vulnerable to Washington, D.C. But when it comes to the maps, we anticipate these maps to be available next week.
So as you heard there, Democrats are adamant that this process is transparent because even though there will basically be 5 days for public comment on those maps, they note voters will have months to review them and then say whether or not they can take effect. Republican state lawmakers here in California note the state's Independent Redistricting Commission typically takes months and months and months of public comment before finalizing those maps.
So just kind of thinking about the arguments here, you have people saying we hate what they're doing in Texas. Why don't we do the exact same thing here, right? So are Democrats just generally the more rank and file falling in line on this?
Sure. I mean, and their messaging there is we're not trying to rig the election like Texas is. We're simply trying to respond to President Donald Trump. That is sort of the messaging that we're hearing from California Democrats. And Democrats are essentially falling in line on this. California's Representative Zoe Lofgren announced all of the Democrats who represent the state in Congress to support this plan to redraw their own districts to get Republicans out of office in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, our state lawmakers have signaled they have the support needed to get this through in those very short 5 days when they return.
All right.
Yeah.
Ashley, thanks. We'll keep following with you.